Action.
Hi, my name is Adam Haba, and today I will be recording a video for Business 100, also known as Management Information Systems. I will be recording this video talking about the four steps in determining and solving a problem. First, I will cover the first step. The first step essentially is when you have a problem and you want to diagnose what it is, you have to actively go out, try and find out what the problem is, and you have to see its effects. For an example would be a restaurant that sells greasy burgers. They have to see how the greasy burgers are affecting their establishment, how it's affecting their equipment, how it is affecting the customer base, how people are feeling about these greasy burgers. And they have to see just overall how that affects their entire company. And the next step, the second step in this case, would be to develop a list of solutions that they could apply to themselves in order to change the company and make it better, that would give them a better benefit. So in the case with the greasy burgers, they would have to see whether those burgers would need to be less greasy. That could be one potential solution, to try and use less oil and create less grease from the burger and keep it so the burger is a lot less wet and oily. Another step would be maybe they would need to add more grease. That would attract a completely different customer base that could come over, and they'd be much more interested in having a greasy establishment. And the third step possibly could just be to try and take the grease off before serving it. Those could be three potential solutions. The next step would be to analyze each solution and see the benefits and negatives of each solution. They would have to go around surveying people and workers, customers, regulars, managers, to see what they think would be the best benefit based on the economic and statistical method. So they would take statistics and they would use different systems in order to give them that information that they need, such as the TPS. And they would use those information to determine which solution. For example, the solution in which they use less oil to try and create less grease, they would see how many customers would be interested in buying more if they were to get less oily burgers versus customers that would be more interested if they were to even higher up the grease on the burger. Then maybe for another case, they would just see the negatives of it. Like if they make the burgers less, they'll lose regular customers that go there because they're actually interested in the greasy burgers, and that could be a negative for them. And then the final step in the solution would be to figure out which one has the best cost benefit to the actual establishment. And they would determine it through the research done in step 3, and they would apply it. So in this case, personally, I would probably make it so that the burgers are less greasy by using less oil, and it would essentially open up a bigger customer base, because those who like less oily burgers are probably more interested in purchasing and is a much bigger customer base than those who like more oily burgers. And it's easier on the equipment, as there's going to be less oil clogging up the equipment, and easier on the workers, as they don't have to deal with so much oil. And that's essentially how you can analyze the 4-step method in a real world situation and what the 4-step method is.